off. Pretty level beginning. Strong Ending is showing speed. In between horses is Palace Prince, and Classy Whisper also hustled. Up the rail, Thelonious now vying for position. The early trailer will be Santiago Salsa. Strong Ending is taken back after braking sharply. 3 across the track as they roll into the clubhouse turn. In the center, it's Classy Whisper with Thelonious. 3 deep, Palace Prince. The gap of 2.5 back to Santiago Salsa, who's got the neck in front of Strong Ending racing wide. The opening quarter is a moderate 25 seconds flat. There's 6 furlongs left to travel, and the advantage belongs to Classy Whisper and Edgar Zenteno. Palace Prince is pressing in the 3 path with Thelonious along the rail. 3 more lengths to Santiago Salsa, who's racing a length better than a patiently handled Strong Ending. They race within the 5 furlong pole. Little has changed. Classy Whisper still on top, but Thelonious is now rebidding on the rail as they pass the half in 49-2. Palace Prince still watching from 3rd. Santiago Salsa 2 lengths back and 4th. Strong Ending still waiting in the trailing spot. The lead now belongs to Thelonious. He's put the head in front of Classy Whisper as they move into the far turn. Palace Prince is traveling well. Santiago Salsa 4th. Strong Ending has 6 lengths to make up on the leaders. Thelonious and Palace Prince duke it out as they pass 3 quarters in 1:13-4, and Thelonious has responded to the challenge of Palace Prince, who's under some right-handed encouragement. Classy Whisper trying to hold the minor shares as Strong Ending winds up his rally. Santiago Salsa wide on the course. Thelonious is up by 1.5. Palace Prince is trying to come back at the 8th pole. It's Thelonious and Juan Crawford. Palace Prince second. These two are drawing off from the rest of the competition. Thelonious has the advantage, and Thelonious will hold on. It's Thelonious to open up the day by a length over Palace Prince. Photo for show between Santiago Salsa and Strong Ending, 146-1. And they're off. Nicole's Song was out well from the outside. Tamina is showing speed with Rifling in the center. Along the rail, Creative Performance. The early trailer will be Taylor Moon, but loose on the lead now by 2 lengths. It's the favorite, Tamina. Tamina and Kirk Johnson will make the pace. They're up by 2 over Creative Performance, who's advanced along the rail, but now being passed again by Rifling. Nicole's Song, after the good beginning, is back into 4th on the outside, and the trailer is Taylor Moon. 22-2 for the opening quarter. The pace still being set by Tamina, who's clear as they race into the far turn. 3 furlongs left to travel. Creative Performance asked to keep up from second, angling off the rail to launch her bid with Rifling 3 deep. It's 6 lengths back to a struggling Nicole Song, about to be passed by Taylor Moon on her inside. They race within the quarter pole. Tamina still in control. The half was 45-4. At the head of the lane, it's Tamina. She's come off the rail a bit, but she's still clear by over a length. Rifling and Creative Performance are battling out for second as Tamina gets away at the 8th pole. Rifling now trying to launch a bid down the outside, but Tamina is holding. Tamina's opened up 3. Tamina kicking clear. It's Tamina and Kirk Johnson going on to a 3-length score. I think Rifling held second over a persistent Creative Performance, then Taylor Moon was 4th. 6 furlongs and 111 flat. And they're off. A level beginning, Mia and Me showing speed from the inside with Where Is Essa, 3 deep on the course is My Two Aunt Jones. Ernie's Martini racing in mid-pack, 2 lengths better than Bill Needle, and the early trailer is True Believe. 5 lengths front to back, it's Mia and Me with the neck in front of Where Is Essa. My Two Aunt Jones is stalking from the outside in front of a rank Ernie's Martini. Bill Needle with room up the inside to move into contention. He's racing 3 lengths better than the trailer, True Believe. 22 and 4 for the opening quarter. It's Mia and Me still being pressed by Where Is Essa. Third on the inside, Bill Needle is in contention. My Two Aunt Jones begins to tire. He's passed by Ernie's Martini. Still at the back is True Believe. Just over a quarter of a mile to travel, and the duel is still going. It's Mia and Me and Where Is Essa. Ernie's Martini swings to the far outside. Bill Needle stalls a bit from the inside. It is still Where Is Essa and Me slugging it out with a furlong to travel. Mia and Me on the inside. Now Where Is Essa puts the head in front, but Mia and Me's not giving in. They're exchanging bumps at the 16th pole. Where Is Essa going a bit better, and Where Is Essa will prevail. Where Is Essa by a head over a very game Mia and Me. Then Ernie's Martini and Bill Needle, 109 and 3. And they're off. Slow break for Come to the Dark Side. From the center of the gate, Black Hill Sheriff is showing speed. Sweeping Red is advancing with Shako. Stalking that trio, we have Frack City, Cowboy Sequel along the rail, 3 lengths off the leaders. Then it's another gap of 3 to the trailing duo of JMR Torino and Come to the Dark Side. Black Hill Sheriff driven clear to make the lead. He's up by a length and a half over Sweeping Red. Shako is third on the outside as they pass the quarter in a snappy 22 flat. Quick for these horses. Frack City is fourth following that speed. 5 more lengths to Cowboy Sequel, who begins to stall. Come to the Dark Side, ask for more, and the trailer is JMR Torino. Black Hill Sheriff still being ridden along to keep up the tempo. Sweeping Red is second. Shako third on the outside. Frack City fourth. These 4 have been the dominant quartet as they pass the half in 45 and 2. It's Black Hill Sheriff still leading the way. He's opened up 2 lengths. Frack City trying to split horses as Sweeping Red begins to tire. Shako down the far outside. Here comes a late rally up the inside from Cowboy Sequel. Widest of all has Come to the Dark Side, but they've yet to reach Black Hill Sheriff. It's Pierre Mailhot and Black Hill Sheriff. Cowboy Sequel a late surge, but Black Hill Sheriff holds on. Black Hill Sheriff went quick early and held them off over Cowboy Sequel, then Come to the Dark Side. Sweeping Red and Frack City, 112 and 4. And they're off. Hustled from the center of the gate, that's video evidence. Up the inside, here comes a Fleet Prince, splitting horses. Jersey King and Mulmer also ridden for position. Magical Champagne racing wide early. Towards the back are the Great PJ and I'm Not Lost. It's a stack of 5 as they roll into the far turn. On the inside, a Fleet Prince has the advantage over Mulmer. Then video evidence, Jersey King falling back, very wide Magical Champagne as they pass the quarter in 22 and 3. I'm Not Lost looks to rally up the inside, and it's 4 lengths back to the trailer, the Great PJ. They race within the quarter pole, and now a Fleet Prince is shaken a length clear of Mulmer. I'm Not Lost is going to try and rally up the fence. Wide on the course, that's Magical Champagne. Here comes the Great PJ storming down the far outside. Mulmer puts the head in front of a tire to Fleet Prince, but the Great PJ has come from the clouds. It's the Great PJ and Ishmael Mosquera, last to first, drawing away victory. The Great PJ by 2, Mulmer second, then Magical Champagne and a Fleet Prince, 59-3. And they're off. Victory Town broke slowly, as did Panyard Tap. Hey Luigi is showing speed from the outside with Silver Pistol and Imperial Star deep on the course. Then we have the pair of Ontario Holiday and Canadian Daddy. Gills Folly races along the rail from 6th, 3 more lengths back to Victory Town, and the trailer, Panyard Tap. They race into the sunset turn, the pace being made by Silver Pistol, a neck better than Hey Luigi. The opening quarter, 22-3. Imperial Star stalks from the outside in third with Ontario Holiday along the rail. Victory Town begins to fly up the inside. He's gathering ground with every stride and looks to reel in this quartet. Gills Folly is eased up. At the head of the lane, Victory Town has swung to the far outside and is going to try and reel in Silver Pistol. It's a battle of the grays at the 8th pole, and Victory Town is going best. Victory Town puts the head in front of Silver Pistol. The battle is for show. Victory Town looked like a winner at the 5/16 pole. It's Victory Town and Ishmael Mosquera. Silver Pistol, then Ontario Holiday, Imperial Star, and Hey Luigi, 58 flat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fort Erie Racetrack on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It's a sunny, partly cloudy day, 25 degrees Celsius or 77 Fahrenheit with a slight wind. Looks like it's coming out of the east today. Main track is fast and the turf is firm. The rail on the turf course is out 12 feet, 29 minutes to first post. Visit our website, forterieracing.com, for information about everything going on here at the track. Tune into the pre-race show to get info about the track conditions, scratches and changes, handicapping analysis, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing is back next week at Fort Erie. We're on Sunday for Foodie Fest. Post time will be 12:15. Then Monday, post time will be 4:30. And a reminder, next week there will be no Tuesday racing as we race on Sunday and Monday. If you're on track with us tonight, stick around for the free concert at the Tiki Bar featuring Crude. Fort Foodie Fest returns this Sunday, July 27th. Post time is 12:15. Don't miss out on the delicious action. Basset Hound and Corgi races return to Fort Erie on Sunday, August 17th. Save the date, the 90th running of the Prince of Wales Stakes is coming up on Tuesday, September 9th. New this year for Prince of Wales Day is the fashion contest. Come out to see who will be crowned the best dressed at the 90th Prince of Wales. And we've got new merch for Prince of Wales. For $10, you can take home your beautiful 90th Prince of Wales coffee mug. Be sure to book your table in the Turfside Dining Room, open on live racing days. Reservations are recommended. Head down to the Paddock Shack for burgers, hot dogs, sausages, fries, and poutine, plus beer and soft drinks, located near the walking ring. Treat your team to an exciting day at the races that's only $12.39 per person. The track pack includes one food item, one drink, and a Fort Erie live racing program. For more information, go to our website. Become a member of HPIBet.com today. Get $100 when you bet $100, plus your first bet is on us. We're having non-winning ticket draws again today here at Fort Erie. Bring your non-winning tickets to the customer service desk to enter the prize draw. Today's prize draw features a dog prize package courtesy of Pet Food Outlet. Tune into your TV Niagara for the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. I want to say thank you to our partners at Oneida New Holland of Niagara for providing us with a new tractor for maintenance this season. Jackpot High Five wagering offered in Race 6 today. The carryover is up over $27,000. Smoking is allowed in designated areas only at Fort Erie Racetrack. No food or beverage are allowed in these areas, and no cannabis is allowed on the property. Coming up are today's changes. In Race 1, we have an ownership change on the number 4, One Hell of a Girl. The ownership should read Craig Spada and Lauren Spada. No changes in Race 2. In Race 3, Stewart scratched the main track only, number 8, Dreaming of Hope. Take out the 8. Race 4 has no changes. In Race 5, we have an ownership change on the number 1, Golden Wind. Ownership should read Craig Spada and Lauren Spada. And Race 6 has no changes. So, other than the main track only, no scratches. Our card stays intact, fast and firm. 6 races today. Let's take a look at our selections. Race 1 is a maiden claimer for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. We're going 5 furlongs for a claiming price of $4,000 down to $3,750. It's a field of 5 to kick off the day. Early pick 4 starts here. I've gone to the number 2, Faithful Gift, for Sharon Chicotto and Melanie Pinto. Ran a good second behind U.S. Invader Arrivederci back on June 15th. Came back in a maiden special weight on July 8th and actually raced well. Silent Passion kicked clear to win by almost 12 lengths that day. This one wasn't far beaten for second. She gets back in for $4,000, and I think Faithful Gift will have a good shot here. Number 4, One Hell of a Girl. Ran second in an off-turf maiden special weight over a sloppy track on July 1st. Came back on the turf for $6,000 on July 13th and showed nothing other than some brief speed. Dirt, probably her best surface, though on a fast track back in June, she showed nothing. That was maiden special weight. So she gets in for bottoms here. This is probably where she belongs. If she's going to hit the board, this will be the day. Number 5, Sugar Drop. Third, a neck behind One Hell of a Girl on July 1st. Came back on the turf on July 8th for this price. And ran a pretty good 5th against the boys. It was a fine effort. I prefer her on turf, but she's run a couple okay dirt races this year. Ishmael Mascara rides for trainer Joe Humber. Sugar Drop should be in the money. Race 2 is a starter optional claimer for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have started for $8,000 or less in the last 2 years, or going for a price of $12,500. Another 5 furlong sprint. The pick 5 kicks off here. There's a lot of speed in this race, so I've gone to the outside with the number 5 Super Cop. I really like Super Cop's race on June 24th on the turf. She rallied to be second behind the very classy Garnet and Gold. Came back in a starter optional 10 on July 14th and ran okay, finished 4th. Mountain Sound won that day. I just think with all the speed in this race will set up well for Super Cop. Jeff Boyce, always a live barn. Edgar Zenteno in the saddle. Definitely a good combo on Super Cop. Should be better than the 8-1 morning line. Number 1, Summer Snow. Curious to see how she takes to the dirt. Her dirt form in the past has not been great, but it's been a long time. This is a horse who is purely a 5 furlong horse. I don't say that very often. I don't worry too much about distance, but this is a horse who after 5 furlongs cannot hold on. And last time at Woodbine was going 5.5 and got very leg weary at the end. She's very quick out of the gate. She's probably quicker than the others, but we'll see how she handles the dirt in her first start off the claim. Terry Husbands and Julie Mathis team up for Summer Snow. Number 2, Nice Baby. Ran a very good race to be beaten a nose at Woodbine on May 22nd, then came back in the long run aftercare stakes. Showed some speed and flattened out. That was a tough race. This is easier. Last year she was 2 for 2 on the Fort Erie Dirt, including a win at the starter optional 10 level. Zerrell Ford coming down to ride for Tony Adamo and Icon Stables. Race 3 is our first turf race of the day. It's a claiming race for fillies and mares which have not won a race this year or which have never won 4. We're going about 7 furlongs for a claiming price of $10,000 down to $9,000. The late pick 4 starts here. Number 2, Turf and Surf, took on the boys last week for $5,000 and was able to prevail in a very close finish. The top 6 were separated by no more than a length and a half. Claimed by the Blake barn that week, who wheel her right back in this spot, and I think this is a very good spot for her. She loves the turf course. She's drawn well. Melanie Pinto and Mike Blake are frequently a good combination. I think Turf and Surf can double right up. Number 3, Emerald Lake. Only had 1 start this year up at Woodbine in a 7,500. She ran an okay 3rd behind a runaway Lois Len. She likes the turf. She should show speed getting out to 2 turns after running 6 furlongs back on June 20th. Maybe if she can get loose on the lead, she'll be a threat to take them all the way. Leo Salas rides for Roy Agostino and Michael Bellissimo. On the inside, number 1, Menagerie, last year's Molson Cup winner. She was in a 5/8 open allowance on June 24th. Never got involved. That's too short a race for her. This is how she won the Molson Cup last year, though. She had the rails, she had a covered up trip, found somewhere to go in the stretch, and blew right by. Beat Turf and Surf that day. And definitely has a shot to do it again. Kirk Johnson rides this one for Ken Albu. Race 4 is a maiden allowance race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. We're going 6 furlongs. It's a field of 6. Final pick 3 of the day starts here. I like the number 2-4, 2-1 on the morning line, Justify Perfection for Melanie Pinto and Mickey Neubauer. Picked a lot of Melanie Pinto today. Justify Perfection was a good second behind Brilliant Disguise on June 10th in an off-turf race. Got beat a half length. No, she'll take to the dirt well. Good position. I don't think she's got a super tough field to beat here. I think she's sitting in a good spot. Number 2, Scary Boo, to me looks like the main threat. This one goes off the claim for Nick Malini. Claim for $10,000 up at Woodbine. Ran a pretty good 4th that day. 2 starts ago, you can disregard that race on the turf at Woodbine. Had some excuses in that race. I wouldn't hold that against her. Otherwise, her form this year is good. Shaman Ghost. Not exactly breeding for 6 furlongs on dirt, but she does run well in sprints at Woodbine, so she handles the dirt. I think she'll fare well. Number 3, Speedy Lady. She's been favored in 2 of her 4 starts so far, but she finds ways to get beat. Watch her antics behind the gate. She can get nervous. She should race well. She's got speed out of the gate. Maybe today's the day she breaks through. Chris Husbands riding for trainer Ken Albu. Race 5 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race this year or which have never won 4. 5.5 furlongs the distance for a price of $4,000. Field of 7 to kick off the late double. 9-5 favorite, the number 2, Exceed. Exceed likes these short dirt races. He ran pretty well on the turf last time to be 3rd. That was a day where the turf, it rained very heavily before the race. So even though that's a firm turf on the program, it was probably a little softer than we're giving it credit for. Before that, he ran second behind the speedy Anarchy, who came back to win. So Exceed, all in all, is in good form. Again, these short dirt sprints are where he's at his best. He's got some tactical speed. Juan Crawford, going to ride this one for Tony Adamo. I think he looks like the one to beat. Number 6, Forrester Humor. Showed speed and got tired to be 4th last time for 6,000. Drops in for 4 now. He's been a private purchase for the Voice team. Ishmael Mascara going to ride. They're taking this one off Lasix, which is an interesting change for me. We'll see if he can hold his speed, cutting back and dropping in class. Number 1, Golden Wind, another one who's going to show speed here. This one going for Lauren Spada and Alexis Sanchez, taking the 5 pounds off. Dueled on the lead with Grand Ambition, came to a stop in the stretch. That was on July 1st for this price. Now he's got a start under his belt. Should be a little tighter. Hopefully he can outspeed Forrester Humor. I think he's a faster horse than Forrester Humor. Mobilizer could also show some speed, but Golden Wind, maybe if he gets loose and gets comfortable, he could take them all the way at a decent price. Race 6 closes out the card. $27,000 jackpot high 5 carryover up for grabs. It's an allowance race for fillies and mares which have never won 3. We're going about 7 furlongs on the turf course. Field of 8 going to gate here. On the outside, number 8, Moral Turpitude, goes off the claim for John Sims. Ishmael Mascara had a good day yesterday. He won the late double. Moral Turpitude was claimed for $15,000 at Woodbine last time. Ran a pretty good 4th. Broke slowly and ran on. Was wide on the far turn on the inner turf. All things considered, she's raced well in every one of her starts at Woodbine. For 15, 25,000, 40,000. She's been in the hunt. She's been racing well. She should like this company. The only thing I don't like is the post. I'm a little worried she might get stuck with a wide trip from there. But if Ishmael can find a way to get her covered up, I think Moral Turpitude's the one to beat. Number 5, Kid Gizmo. Had a great trip and was able to prove best last time at the non-winners at 2 level. Outkicked Naughty and Nice, who set the pace that day. Naughty and Nice is back here, and we already know she can beat that one. 2 turns is perfect for her. She gets a trip. She's a threat to double up, especially if Moral Turpitude has some poor racing luck. I think it's going to be a 2-horse race between these two. Number 7, Naughty and Nice, I'm throwing in there just because she should be the pace setter. She's quick out of the gate. She can get loose and hold on. For a share, under Kirk Johnson for Julie Mathis. Other than that, I think Holiday in Jail and Super Honey Timber are also worth a look for your jackpot high 5s. So there you have it. 6 races on tap today, 17 minutes to first post. Best of luck with all of your wagers and enjoy your day here at Fort Erie Racetrack.
It's easy to make a bet on HPIBet.com. Follow these simple steps and you'll be betting in no time. First, go to the HPIBet.com website. Sign in to your HPIBet account. Find the track and race you want to bet on. Click on the Place Bet button. Click on the bet type you want to wager with. Click on the amount you want to wager. Click on the horse you want to wager on. Click on the green Place Bet button. Review your bet confirmation information. It's all done. Remember, all this can be done on most mobile devices. Now cheer on your pick to victory.
We kick off the Tuesday program here with a $4,000 maiden claiming event. Fillies and mares in the spotlight, set to go 5 furlongs here on the main track. And I think the betting board is going to continue to sort itself out. I have a feeling that the 4 and the 5 will end up taking most of the money, that being the 4, One Hell of a Girl, and the 5, Sugar Drop. We'll kick things off, though, with the number 4, One Hell of a Girl, for trainer Lauren Spada, who also owns this one in partnership with her father. Kind of look at the performance last time out, and I respect them for trying something different, trying to go long on the turf. I just don't think it worked out for her. In terms of her trip, she was forward and then she tired in there, and I like her getting back onto the main track. Also, she is getting class relief, and when you look at the effort 2 starts back here, I know the track was sloppy and maybe that aided her performance a little bit, but she was close in range throughout and just was second best behind Sinful Forester, who at least on paper looked like the horse to beat. So I think when you look at One Hell of a Girl, kind of returning to a surface and a distance that she's been somewhat successful at, probably might be the winning move for her. But I do think her main rival is the 5, Sugar Drop, who we move to now on the outside. This one trained by Joe Humber, tried the turf last time out, finished 5th out of that event against the males. Burkus was the winner. Magical Champagne was the runner-up, who we saw yesterday compete on the Monday program and ended up being 3rd best in that event. Sugar Drop basically shows up every single time this season. Really tries. Her best efforts obviously have been on the main track, where she's finished 3rd in each of them, and it has been regardless of the level. 4,000 against the girls or maiden special weight competition, she's been 3rd. Now, both Faithful Gift and One Hell of a Girl have finished in front of her, but I wonder what she'll be able to do here with the outside draw. I kind of like that draw for her in this compact field. And that might give her a good trip. She can be, I would say, probably mid-pack against this bunch. I don't think she's naturally that quick from the gate, so I think her rider will just probably get her into a good position, hopefully make one run. Finally, the number 2, Faithful Gift. This one for Sharon Chicato was 3rd last time out against maiden special weight competition, and that was at the 6 furlong distance. They didn't go all that quick with the way the track has been playing lately. We saw it yesterday. The track was lightning quick, and in terms of her pace, she was just 3rd best at distance. The winner, though, almost won by 12 lengths, that being Silent Passion, and I really loved the effort too back. This was a game defeat behind Arrivederci, who was the pace setter in there. Was a fresh face for the connections, and you know, this is the level she belongs at. We'll see if she can finally graduate. She's 6 for 10 in the money. Melanie Pinto has been aboard her several times to some of her better efforts, and actually looks like she might have had the choice here and goes with her. We'll see what the tactics are. I have a feeling she'll be close to the pace as well, but we can see the tale of the stories here. A couple of horses, they've had their fair share of chances to graduate. They've been unable to do so. And the number 4, One Hell of a Girl, she's one of the more lightly raced fillies in this bunch. I go with her as the top pick. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's first race. Race 1 is a maiden claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. Going for a claiming price of $4,000 down to $3,750, traveling a distance of 5 furlongs, competing for a purse of $15,000. Race 1 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent pick 4 wagering. Race 1 post parade, number 1 is Danish Belle. Edgar Zenteno riding for trainer Kevin Buttigieg and owner Colebrook Farms. Number 2 is Faithful Gift, racing for Sharon Chicotto and Vino Bahari. Sharon Chicotto trains, the rider, Melanie Pinto. Number 3 is Ring It Up. Chris Husbands has the call for trainer Joe Humber and owner Rosalie Raphael. Number 4, One Hell of a Girl, racing for Craig and Lauren Spada. Lauren Spada trains with Alexis Sanchez in the saddle. Completing the field is number 5, Sugar Drop. Ishmael Mascara rides for trainer Joe Humber and owner Robert Elkins. 4 minutes to post for race 1. The early pick 4 kicks off here. Starting gate is moving into position. Not too much time left to get your race 1 wagers in. Favoritism split between the number 2, Faithful Gift at 6-5, and number 4, One Hell of a Girl at 2-1. One of those two figures to be the favorite at post time. 7-2 support on the number 5, Sugar Drop. Early pick 4 wager kicks off here. The starting gate is moving into position. Not much time left to get those race 1 wagers in. Field for race 1 is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. First to go up is Danish Bell with Edgar Zenteno in the Colebrook Silks. Faithful Gift at 9-5 with Melanie Pinto. Ring It Up and Chris Husbands. One Hell of a Girl with Alexis Sanchez. Last in will be Sugar Droppin' Ishmael Mascara. All set for a Tuesday at Fort Erie. And they're off. Danish Bell out well from the rail. Faithful Gift, and from the outside, One Hell of a Girl is going to apply some pressure to the early pace being set by Danish Bell. It's Danish Bell and One Hell of a Girl engaging in a duel. Faithful Gift stalks from the inside on third, with Ring It Up splitting that one, and the trailer Sugar Drop. Only about 3 lengths front to back. Danish Bell with the head in front of One Hell of a Girl as they race into the turn. Faithful Gift has room to advance up the inside as they pass the quarter in 23 and 1. Also room for Ring It Up as Danish Bell gets out. That's forcing One Hell of a Girl out quite wide. Still at the back is Sugar Drop. Faithful Gift took advantage of that rail position and has opened up a 2-length lead as they turn for home. Ring It Up is now second as One Hell of a Girl tries to get going past Danish Bell at the 8th pole. Faithful Gift is opened up at the 8th pole. Faithful Gift looking like a comfortable winner in deep stretch. The battle is for second between One Hell of a Girl and Ring It Up, but Faithful Gift got a perfect trip and seized control. Faithful Gift by 5, Ring It Up second over One Hell of a Girl, and then Danish Bell, 59 flat. Unofficial in race 1, the winner is number 2, Faithful Gift. Second is the 3, Ring It Up. Third, number 4, One Hell of a Girl. And fourth, number 1, Danish Bell. Unofficial race 1 order, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's first race, number 2, Faithful Gift. Faithful Gift is a 4-year-old dark bear brown filly by Gradar out of Sunshine Gracie, bred in California by John Tiglia. Perfectly ridden today by Melanie Pinto, Faithful Gift is trained by Sharon Chicotto. She owns in partnership with Vino Bahari. Faithful Gift been knocking at the door this season and breaks the maiden in start number 11, completing the 5 furlongs in a time of 59 flat. Congratulations to the connections of Faithful Gift. Hold all tickets until race 1 is made official. Race 1 is now official. Prices are up. Faithful Gift returns $5.20 to win, $3 and $2.10. Second was number 3, Ring It Up, $6.90 to place, $3.20. Third, number 4, One Hell of a Girl, $2.20 to show. $2 Exacta, 2-3, $26.30. The $1 Try, 2-3-4, $23.25. $1 Super, 2-3-4-1, $57.55. We're having non-winning ticket draws here at Fort Erie today. Bring your non-winning tickets to the customer service desk to enter the prize draw. Today's prize draw features a dog prize package courtesy of Pet Food Outlet. Race 2 is coming up in 18 minutes. There are no changes.
Race 2 up next, starter optional claiming competition here for the fillies and mares. A nice event here on the main track at 5 furlongs. And we'll kick things off with the horse on the inside, the number 1, Summer Snow. This one in the barn of Julie Mathis, first off the claim. They picked this one up last time out for $10,000 out of an event up at Woodbine. And in terms of that performance that we saw that this mare showed a ton of speed. She was forward throughout. She actually opened up a very big lead in that field and came up a little bit short as the favorite. She finished second, beaten by a length and a half, and now she's going to get back onto the dirt, and she is 0 for 5 in the money over the main track, but you can see, I wonder if it's a combination of things. Obviously, maybe the level of competition. Now that she's older, she's found her niche, and her niche is going towards the front, and I think from a speed angle, she could be very dangerous. We saw Speed do quite well in terms of the card yesterday, and she draws the inside in here, so for me, she's the new face. I might be able to be very competitive here on the main track. So Summer Snow as the top pick. We'll move to the number 3, Getting Ahead, a 5-year-old daughter of Super Speedy, who's had a good season so far. 2 starts, one of which was a win, and then more recently jumped up in class, tried the turf, and was just 3rd best in that event. She sort of, was part of the pace in there, and she backed out of it, but she didn't back out by much. She only missed by 3.5 lengths. I think the dirt is her preferred surface. And another one that I know she shows speed. I'm not convinced she needs the lead to win. I think in terms of a rider, he can have some options. She can kind of chase or sit just off of it and make a move. And kind of watching her here in the walking ring, if you're getting a good look at her, she's always a handful. She's spicy. This is normal for her. And in some ways, I actually think she's a little bit better than she was, say, on June 10th. So nothing wrong here with the way that the number 3, Getting Ahead, is acting. And she could be very, very tough here. And then finally, the number 2, Nice Baby. This one for Icon Racing Stables. Tony Adamo was 6th in the long run after Care Stakes on June 15th, Father's Day weekend, and was the big price in there out of the stablemates, right? Her other stablemate took some play in there. She was a bigger price in terms of when they looked at them. And I think when you kind of look at her performances before that, her body of work, she's been very competitive. A horse that was a modest claim, 8,000. They ran her for 4. She won. They jumped her up to starter optional claiming competition. They didn't put her in for the tag. She was able to win again. And then to kick off her 5-year-old campaign, they ran her up at Woodbine, and I thought it was a good performance. So she's one that I think she really has one way of going, where I mentioned the 3 Getting Ahead I don't think needs to go. I do think Nice Baby has to go, but does get a little bit of a weight break in here. And obviously these connections continue to roll at the meet. But with this only being a field of 5, it's a very, very competitive betting event. A wide open way here to start the pick 5 sequence, and I don't think you can single. I think you have to go deep in here. Every filly or mare in here really could run a big race, so best of luck.
field is making their way on track for today's second race. Race 2 is a starter optional claiming race for fillies and mares, which has started for a claiming price of $8,000 in the last 2 years, or going for a claiming price of $12,500. We're going a distance of 5 furlongs, competing for a purse of $23,700. Race 2 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent pick 5 wagering. Race 2 post parade number 1 is Summer Snow. Terry Husbands riding for trainer Julie Mathis and owners Joseph and Charles Lowakano. Number 2 is Nice Baby. Zerrell Ford rides for trainer Tony Adamo and owner Icon Racing Stables. Away from parade, number 3 is Getting Ahead, racing for Jeff Voice, Herb McGurr Jr., and Greg Atto. Jeff Voice trains. The rider is Ishmael Mascara. Also away from parade, number 4, Silver Candace. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer Julie Mathis and owner David Mathis. Completing the field, number 5, Super Cop. Edgar Zenteno riding for trainer Jeff Voice and owners Robin Voice and Melinda Schuett. Pick 5 wager kicks off here in race 2, 1 minute to post. Starting gate taking position. Not much time left to get your race 2 wagers in. 7-5 favorite is the number 1, Summer Snow. Get those race 2 wagers in. They'll be heading to post shortly. Race 2 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. First up is the 6-5 favorite, Summer Snow. Nice Baby and Zerrell Ford in the Icon Racing Stables Silks. Getting ahead with Ishmael Mascara. Silver Candace and Kirk Johnson. Last in will be Super Cop and Edgar Zenteno. All set. And they're off. Summer Snow missed the start, and that changes the complexion of this race drastically. Silver Candace hustling out with Getting Ahead in the center. Here comes Summer Snow with a rush up after the slow beginning. Racing between horses is Nice Baby, and at the back, out wide, is Super Cop. Silver Candace is rolling. She's up by 3 lengths as they go into the far turn. Getting Ahead, moving well in second, inching closer. Summer Snow third on the inside of Nice Baby, and still at the back, Super Cop. The opening quarter was 22 seconds flat. Getting Ahead, trying to reel in Silver Candace, but she's still 2 lengths clear. Summer Snow has called it quits. Nice Baby is racing in third, and now Super Cop tries to launch a rally. But at the head of the lane, they're going to have to reel in Silver Candace. It's Silver Candace on top. Getting Ahead is drifting. There's room up the middle for Nice Baby if good enough. Silver Candace still has the lead. Getting Ahead is right there. Silver Candace is holding. It's Silver Candace up by a length. One last surge from Nice Baby, but Silver Candace holds on. Silver Candace over Nice Baby and Getting Ahead, then well back to Super Cop and Summer Snow, 57-3. Unofficial in race 2, the winner is number 4, Silver Candace. Second is the 2, Nice Baby. Third, number 3, Getting Ahead. And fourth, number 5, Super Cop. Unofficial race 2 order, 4, 2, 3, 5. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's second race, number 4, Silver Candace. Silver Candace is a 5-year-old gray or roan mare by Old Forester out of Silver Sasha. Bred here in Ontario by Dominic Trapasso. Ridden to victory today by Kirk Johnson. Silver Candace is trained by Julie Mathis for David Mathis. First win of the season for the speedy gray mare, her 6th win in 19 career starts. A pretty consistent race mare, all things considered. Silver Candace completed the 5 furlongs today in a time of 57-3, holding off the charges of Nice Baby and Getting Ahead. Congratulations to the connections of Silver Candace. Hold all tickets until race 2 is made official. Race 2 is now official. Prices are up. Silver Candace returns $10.30 to win, $4.60 and $2.90. Second was the 2, Nice Baby, $4.20 to place, $2.80. Third, number 3, Getting Ahead, $2.70 to show. $2 exacta, 4-2, $37.80. The $1 try, 4-2-3, $38.95. $1 super, 4-2-3-5, $47.15. The $2 double, 2-4, $26.10. On screen now, the place photo of race 2. Nice Baby gets up over Getting Ahead. If you're on track with us tonight, stick around after the last race. We'll have our free concert at the Tiki Bar featuring Crude. This Sunday, Fort Foodie Fest returns. Don't miss out on the delicious action starting at noon. Changes for race 3. Stewart scratched the main track only. Number 8, Dreaming of Hope. 17 minutes to post.
Race 3 kicks off the late pick 4. If you like the turf, we're going to start the sequence on the turf and end it on the grass. About 7/8 is the distance here for these fillies and mares. It's a $10,000 claiming event. Really competitive. Honestly, this late pick 4 sequence, top to bottom, is a very difficult one to get through. And in terms of the top pick in here, we'll kick things off with the number 1 Menagerie. This one for Kenny Albu and Six Brothers Stable. She's just been a very fun mare to watch, and she really blossomed here locally over the turf course, last season when she was able to pick up 3 victories, and it didn't really matter the distance, the moisture in the turf. She was able to roll, and at one point, she was in for $4,000, and she ended kind of the win streak with a win in the Molson Cup. And when you try to assess her 2 races so far this year, first off, the first one, draw a line through it. It was on the main track, originally carted for the turf. There's nothing to really read into that performance. And then you look at her most recently, 5/8 is not her ball game as well. She needs to go long on the grass, and I think preferably she'd like to go a mile and a 16th, but you have to go where the races are, and 7/8 has been fine for her in the past, so she'll be rolling from off of it. But Kirk Johnson, already with a trip to the winner's circle, as we saw in race number 2, has been aboard her before, has a good feel for her. I think she is the horse to beat. The 2 Turf and Surf we move to next in the field, a 6-year-old daughter of Wee Miss Artie, who's 1 for 3 so far this season, and that win came last time out not too long ago, July 14th now. First off the claim for Mike Blake and Ascot Stud. Very good performance. I think a lot last time out was with the ride. Ishmael Mascara rode this horse beautifully, was able to get in a good trip and rally from off of it to win at a big price. And she had to face the boys there. So you might look at it and say it was just a $5,000 claiming event, but she had to tackle her male rivals, including Dots Vision, a horse that's been a horse for the course here the last several seasons. And I just thought she ran tremendously. She's obviously a turf horse when you look at her past performances. Even when she was in the barn of Roy Agostino, you could see she needed grass, and she didn't always get that. So another one that benefits from staying on the turf course. And then finally mentioning the name Roy Agostino, he'll send out the 3 in here, Emerald Lake, who was 3rd in her return to the races, will in for $7,500 up at Woodbine. And I actually think that performance looks a little bit better if you watch it visually. Was in for the waiver, so you couldn't take her out of that race. The winner almost won by 6 lengths, 5.5 when it was all said and done, and she was only a length off the runner-up in there. And you go down her past performances, she does have 3 local tries here over the grass, typically at a mile and a 16th, but her one try at 7/8, she was quite good in that performance. She got a nice trip where she was able to sit just off of it. Leo Sals has been the rider for quite some time, and I actually wonder what the tactics will be. I wouldn't mind a similar trip from her in here. I think that might be the right move to try to get, 3rd, maybe early, just 2 or 3 lengths off of it and try to roll with 1 run. But as I mentioned, a really competitive race here in race number 3. Don't forget, it does kick off that late pick 4. It's a tricky sequence, which means it could pay good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's third race. Race 3 is a claiming race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 2025 or which have never won 4 races. We're going for a claiming price of $10,000 down to $9,000. Traveling about 7 furlongs over the turf course, competing for a purse of $22,200. Race 3 offers win, place, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, 20-cent pick 3, and 20-cent late pick 4 wagering. Race 3 post parade, number 1 is Menagerie. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer Ken Albu and owner Six Brothers Stable. Number 2 is Turf and Surf. Melanie Pinto in the saddle for trainer Mike Blake and owners Ascot Stud and Michael Blake Sr. Number 3 is Emerald Lake racing for Michael Bellissimo. Leo Salas rides for trainer Roy Agostino. Number 4, Born to be Good. Alexis Sanchez at the controls for trainer Steve Cathcart, who owns with Joseph Roberto. Number 5 is Thunder Heavy Rain. Chris Husbands riding for trainer Anthony Husbands and owner Dwayne Newsom. Number 6 is Seguiria. Deshaun Gaskin rides for trainer Joe Humber and owner Eleanor Tonguzzo. Completing the field is number 7, Lulu's Lullaby. Amanda Vandermeersch rides for owner-trainer Sue Andrushko. Late pick 4 wager starts here in race 3. We are on the turf. Not too much time left to get those wagers in. Field crossing onto the turf course for race 3. Not much time left to get your wagers in. Late pick 4 starts here. 2-1 favorite, the number 3, Emerald Lake. 3-1 support on the number 6, Sigiriya. 7-2 on the 1, Menagerie, and the 2, Turf and Surf. Competitive betting board for the start of the late pick 4. Get those wagers in. They'll be heading to post shortly. Race 3 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. First to come up is Menagerie with Kirk Johnson. Turf and Surf, Melanie Pinto aboard. Emerald Lake, the 2-1 favorite with Leo Salas. Born to be Good and Alexis Sanchez. Thunder Heavy Rain and Chris Husbands. Sigiriya with Deshaun Gaskin. Last up will be Lulu's Lullaby with Amanda Vandermeersch. All set. And they're off. Born to be Good broke well from the center. Lulu's Lullaby broke sharply, but's under a hold to be taken back. Here comes Sigiriya with a rush to the lead. Thunder Heavy Rain racing between horses. Well spotted on the inside is Menagerie with a rank Emerald Lake. Now Lulu's Lullaby has worked her way towards the back. The early trailer is Turf and Surf. They're spreading themselves out early. Sigiriya hustled to make the lead. She's up by a length and a half over Born to be Good. It's a gap of 3 back to Thunder Heavy Rain. Emerald Lake racing in 4th on the outside. Menagerie is saving ground as they pass the quarter in 24-2. Then it's 3 more lengths back to Turf and Surf, and now at the back, Lulu's Lullaby. Born to be Good, not content to sit second. She's overtaken Sigiriya and opened up 2 lengths. Emerald Lake is rank on the outside, 3 deep. Up the rail is Thunder Heavy Rain. Then we have Menagerie, who's off the rail. Turf and Surf, and still at the back, Lulu's Lullaby. 47-3 to the half. It's Born to be Good up by 3 lengths. Sigiriya still second. Thunder Heavy Rain tried to make a bid up the rail, but she's stalling. Emerald Lake moving up. Here comes Turf and Surf starting to get going from the back past Lulu's Lullaby, who still trails. At the head of the lane, it's Born to be Good. Emerald Lake coming 3 deep. Still between horses, Sigiriya. Here comes Turf and Surf down the far outside. Emerald Lake puts the head in front. Turf and Surf is closing. Thunder Heavy Rain up the inside. Here comes Turf and Surf trying to reel in Emerald Lake. Emerald Lake still has the lead. Thunder Heavy Rain up the inside. Turf and Surf. Turf and Surf gets up. Turf and Surf by a neck over Emerald Lake and Thunder Heavy Rain. Then Born to be Good and Menagerie. 126 flat. Race 3 unofficial winner is the number 2 Turf and Surf. It's a photo for place. Hold all tickets. In the place photo, it's the number 3 Emerald Lake over the 5 Thunder Heavy Rain. Fourth was number 1 Menagerie. Unofficial race 3 order is 2-3-5-1. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's third race, number 2, Turf and Surf. Turf and Surf is a 6-year-old bay mare by Wee Miss Artie out of Weekend in Malibu, bred in Kentucky by Ken and Sarah Ramsey. A riding double on the card for Melanie Pinto. Turf and Surf is trained by Mike Blake for Ascot Stud and Mike Blake Sr. Back-to-back wins for Turf and Surf. She was off the claim last week and came right back with another one. Her 4th lifetime win in 29 starts, completing the about 7 furlongs in a time of 1:26 flat. Congratulations to the connections of Turf and Surf. Hold all tickets until race 3 is made official. Race 3 is now official. Prices are up. Turf and Surf returns $420 to win, $230 and $210. Number 3 Emerald Lake was $240 to place, $210. Third, number 5 Thunder Heavy Rain, $350 to show. $2 exacta, $2.3, $750. The $1 try, $2.35, $12.90. $1 super, $2.351, $57.90. $2 double, $4.2, $29.20. And the $1 pick 3, $28.75. On screen now, the place photo from race 3, Emerald Lake with the head down over Thunder Heavy Rain. Mark your calendars. The 90th running of the Prince of Wales Stakes is coming up on Tuesday, September 9th. New this year for Prince of Wales Day is the fashion contest. Come out to see who will be crowned the best dressed at the 90th Prince of Wales. Race 4 is coming up in 16 minutes. There are no changes.
Race 4 up next here on the main track at 6 furlongs. It's a maiden special weight event for fillies and mares. And looking at this group, it's going to be interesting to see how the money comes in and kind of watch the early money and watch the motion. I think it still might sort itself out as we get closer to post time. I go with the number 4, Justify Perfection, as the top pick. When you look at this one out of the Mickey Neubauer barn, you look at the lone start here locally at Fort Erie, you see a really game second place finish. And I think kind of looking at this, just came up a little bit short. Brilliant Disguise was able to get the job done, win by half a length, and this filly had a tall task. She had a very long layoff. We're not talking about 6 months. We're talking about no starts between April 20th and June 10th. A very, very long layoff, and she still ran well. Got one of her better Beyer speed figures in her career. I think more importantly was just closer to the action in those races down at the fairgrounds or Keeneland Sprinting. She really wasn't in touch with the field early. She was towards the back of the pack in each of them, and now to see her be able to be kind of mid-pack early and make a late move, I thought it was a promising start. I think in terms of upside, she should take a big step forward here. Second off the layoff. The number 2, Scary Boo. We'll look at this filly up next here. First off the claim here for True Stride Horse Racing, Nick Bellini Jr. She was 4th last time out in her 10th career start. It was a big field of $10,000 maiden claimers up at Woodbine on July 3rd. And in terms of her performance, I thought she kind of had a trouble at the break and the start of the race, and then from there she sort of settled mid-pack and tried to make a late move. And a lot of claims out of that race. I remember watching that race live, and I believe there were 3 claims in that event. So a lot of people were shopping. They picked her out of that field. You go to her prior efforts. I think when you go to the efforts, say 2 and 4 starts back, that's where, 3 and 5 starts back, that's where she gets a little bit more interesting. I thought the 7 ace effort back on May 16th was a game second behind Stormy Ocean. You kind of look at the fact that she faced Fannie M4 back. That was one that recently was claimed by John Sims and won just last week here at Fort Erie. So we'll see what she can do. A barn that obviously has them ready to roll first off the claim. And, you know, they've taken a couple of weeks with her to get her sort of acclimated and adjusted. So I don't mind that as well here with the number 2, Scary Boo. Finally, rounding out my top 3, the number 3, Speedy Lady. She's aptly named. She's going to be part of the pace in here. We'll see if she's able to graduate in her 5th career start. This one's in the Kenny L. Boo barn, and unfortunately in her races, most of the time she's kind of chasing the pace in second, and she's finished 2nd and 3rd in all of those starts. I think when you look at the horses that have beat her, they've been the productive maiden special weight events here at Fort Erie. Ruby's Ghost came back to win since then. Actually, recently I had a workout down in Kentucky as this one's gone back to Kentucky. Super Honey Timber was very game 2 starts back. And Lizier got a beautiful trip last time out where I felt like Speedy Lady just had to chase throughout and was unable to get the job done. I think if you're looking at the way the track plays, Speedy Lady obviously is a must-use, at least in the exotics, knowing that Speed has been doing quite well. That might be what gets her in the winner's circle today. Obviously, this main track typically plays to Speed, but go look at the fractions yesterday. Go look at Silver Candace today in race number 2. You sort of want to be pretty close to it early on, and that's going to be the case here with the 3, Speedy Lady. But for me, the 4, Justify Perfection, ends up being the top pick for Mickey Neubauer. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's fourth race. Race 4 is a maiden allowance race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. Going a distance of 6 furlongs, competing for a purse of $21,600. Race 4 offers win place show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, 20-cent super, and 20-cent pick 3 wagering. Race 4 post parade number 1 is R Stella. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer Brad Dunslow and owner James Ogilvy. True Stride Horse Racing owned the number 2, Scary Boo. Edgar Zenteno riding for trainer Nick Malini Jr. Number 3 is Speedy Lady. Chris Husbands riding for trainer Ken Albu and owner Six Brothers Stable. 4, Justify Perfection, ridden today by Melanie Pinto. Mickey Neubauer trains for owner Charles Fipke. Michael Bennett owns and trains the number 5, Lots of Legacies. The rider is Amanda Vandermeersch. Completing the field, number 6, Real Love is Lucky. Deshaun Gaskin riding for trainer Pat County Jr. and owner Ace Racing Stable. Final pick 3 of the day starts here in race 4. Field is heading into the chute before the starting gate takes position. Not much time left to get your race 4 wagers in. 4 to 5 on the number 4, Justify Perfection. 7 to 2 support for the 3, Speedy Lady. 9 to 2 on the number 2, Scary Boo. Final chance to play a rolling pick 3 on today's card. Race 4 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Still sitting at 4 to 5, the number 4, Justify Perfection. First to come up will be R. Stella with Kirk Johnson, coming down from Woodbine for trainer Brad Dunslow. Scary Boo and Edgar Zenteno. Speedy Lady and Chris Husbands. Justify Perfection looks to give Melanie Pinto her 3rd win on the card. Lots of Legacies with Amanda Vandermeersch. Last in will be Real Love is Lucky and Deshaun Gaskin. 3 to 5 now on Justify Perfection. All set. And they're off. Level beginning, Speedy Lady broke best from the center. On the inside, R. Stella and Scary Boo are both showing up. Real Love is Lucky. Widest of all is Lots of Legacies. And the new trailer is the favorite, Justify Perfection. Speedy Lady having a pretty comfortable time on the lead. She's up by a length over Real Love is Lucky. Lots of Legacies between horses with Scary Boo on the inside. Justify Perfection is trailing with R. Stella. The opening quarter is 23 seconds flat, 3.5 furlongs to travel, and it's Speedy Lady still making the pace. She's up by a length and a half over Real Love is Lucky. 3rd is Scary Boo. Here comes Justify Perfection trying to launch her rally as Lots of Legacies drops the anchor. Our Stella is still saving ground. Just over a quarter of a mile to go. Here comes Justify Perfection to put the head in front of Speedy Lady. The half was 46-4. Scary Boo looking for room up the inside. Real Love is Lucky is still in contention but getting tired. Speedy Lady responding to the challenge of Justify Perfection. It's Speedy Lady on top. Justify Perfection is trying but not doing enough. Speedy Lady is going best. Speedy Lady and Chris Husbands made the lead and had something in reserve. They'll win by a length over Justify Perfection. Scary Boo was 3rd, and then a closing R. Stella, 111-1. Unofficial in race 4, the winner is number 3, Speedy Lady. 2nd is the 4, Justify Perfection. 3rd, number 2, Scary Boo. And 4th, number 1, R. Stella. Unofficial race 4 order, 3-4-2-1. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's fourth race, number 3, Speedy Lady. Speedy Lady is a 3-year-old bay filly by Super Speedy out of Trepose, bred here in Ontario by Gus Diakalukas. Ridden to victory today by Christopher Husband, Speedy Lady is trained by Ken Albu for Six Brothers Stable. She's been knocking on the door and breaks the maiden in start number 5, completing the 6 furlongs in a time of 1:11:1. Congratulations to the connections of Speedy Lady. Hold all tickets until race 4 is made official. Race 4 is now official. Prices are up. Speedy Lady returns $17.70 to win, $4.20 and $2.50. Second is the 4, Justify Perfection, $2.10 and $2.10. Third, number 2, Scary Boo, $2.10. $2 Exacta, 3-4, $37.70. The $1 Try, 3-4-2, $30.10. $1 Super, 3-4-2-1, $36.85. $2 Double, 2-3, $35.60. $1 Pick 3, $104 even, and the $1 Early Pick 4, $421.25. A reminder that next week there'll be no Tuesday racing as we're racing on Sunday and Monday next week for Fort Foodie Fest. Civic Holiday August 4th, we'll have a special post time of 12:15. Race 5 changes, an ownership change on the number 1 Golden Wind. The ownership should read Craig Spada and Lauren Spada. 18 minutes to post. Ladies and gentlemen, a quick note about tonight's concert if you're on track with us tonight. Due to some Rockstar-related logistical issues, tonight's Motley Crue cover band will instead be performing as a Guns N' Roses tribute crew. So strap in because Dustin Bones is ready to take you to the jungle.
Race 5 kicking off the late double. 5.5 furlongs is the distance here on the main track. A $4,000 claiming event for Colton Gelding. Specifically, horses that did not want to race this year have never won 4 races in their career. And on paper, morning line favorites, the 2 exceed. 9-5 was the morning line price. And got to agree with this. I mean, I think based on what we've seen, he is the horse to beat. He's in the spot where he can pick up another win. He's 4 for 49 in his career. 2 starts back, I thought it was a really huge effort for him. A career best in terms of his buyer speed figure. He got a 69, and he's simply second best behind Anarchy. And if you follow the races here at Fort Erie, you know that Anarchy is very quick, lethal on the front end, and that was the case. Exceed just had to chase him throughout that race and came up second best. Now, last time out, first off the claim, they tried something different with him. He was 0 for 6 on the turf going into that event, and I actually think his third place finish is better than it looks on paper. He was in for 5,000. You look at the horses that finished in front of him. The winner was a class dropper. The runner-up is a horse that, when you looked at the field, was really the only other turf runner entered in that spot. This horse only missed by 2 3/4 lengths. I think he's better on the dirt. I think when you really focus in on his efforts here on the main track, he can be very, very stubborn. And like that, Juan Crawford sticks with him in here, the go-to rider for Icon Racing, Antonio Adamo. So he is the clear top pick in here. Underneath, the number 6, Forester Humor. Gets blinkers off, now on a barn change and an ownership change. Now in the barn of Jeff Voice, who has been off to a really good start here at the meet. Formerly trained by Tedston Holder. This is a gelding who showed speed last time out in his Fort Erie debut. It was his first time on the dirt, and he just kind of, faltered in there. But I can't really fault him for that performance. They went 22 3 to the opening quarter, 45 2 to the half. I mean, just blistering fractions, and came up short. He's in for less. I think when you look at the horses that finished in front of him, probably overall tougher than this field today. So curious to see what he can do on the barn change. And then finally from here, the number 5, Core, is going to be my third pick in here to round things out. He shows up. So far this year, we haven't seen the 7-year-old version of Core is not the same as his 6-year-old campaign. He was very productive. He's been a little bit slower to kind of start his season. Tried him on the turf. They tried different things. He's coming off here off a third place finish where he was a distant third. It ended up being a strung out field, which I don't necessarily love, but I mentioned it. He is very consistent here. He's a horse that I think you at least need to use in the bottom of the exotics based on what we've seen to date. But others I found more appealing, that being the 2 and 6. So 2, 6, 5 here for me in race number 5. Best of luck here in this race, and if you're playing the late double.
Field is making their way on track for today's 5th race. Race 5 is a claiming race for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race in 2025, or which have never won 4 races. We're going for a claiming price of $4,000. Traveling a distance of 5 1/2 furlongs, competing for a purse of $13,500. Race 5 offers win, place, show, exactor, 20-cent try, double, and 20-cent superfecta wagering. Ladies and gentlemen, on track with us, we have a couple of non-winning ticket draw winners to announce. Could Brenda Atomowicz and Bob Audit please report to customer service? Once again, that's Brenda Atomowicz and Bob Audit. Please report to customer service. Congratulations, you have won the non-winning ticket draws. Race 5 post parade number 1 is Golden Wind. Alexis Sanchez rides for trainer Lauren Spada, who owns with Craig Spada. Number 2 is Exceed. Juan Crawford has the call for trainer Tony Adamo and owner Icon Racing Stables. Al Bird owns and trains the number 3 Spite Store. The rider is Edgar Zenteno. Number 4 is MC Jackhammer. Deshaun Gaskin pilots for trainer Joe Humber and owner Church Street Stables. Number 5 is Core, racing for Robert and Nancy Warner. Pierre Mailhot rides for trainer Robert Warner. Number 6 is Forrester Humor. Ishmael Mascara riding for trainer Jeff Voice and owners Robin Voice and Melinda Schuett. Completing the field, number 7, Mobilizer. Kirk Johnson rides for owner-trainer Howard Keene. Late double wagering starts here in race 5. Starting gate is in position. Not too much time left to get your race 5 wagers in. 3-2 favorite, the number 6, Forester Humor. 9-5 support on the number 2, Exceed. Get those race 5 wagers in. Late double starts here. They'll be heading to post shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a late scratch to announce for the first time here by order of the commission vet. Scratch to number 3, Spite Store. It's a late vet scratch of number 3, Spite Store here in 5th race. Win, play, show, exactor, try, double, and superfecta wagers that start here in race 5 will be refunded. There'll be a consolation double on the double that began in race 4. And if you are live to Spite Store in any pick 3, pick 4, or pick 5 wagers, you will inherit the post-time favorite. Once again, that is a late vet scratch of the number 3 Spite Store. Slight delay before the start of race 5. Race 5 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Forester Humor still favored at 6-5, 9-5 on Exceed. First to go in will be Golden Wind and Alexis Sanchez, taking some support at 4-1. Exceed and Juan Crawford. MC Jackhammer and Deshaun Gaskin up next. Core with Pierre Mailhot. Forester Humor with Ishmael Mascara. Last in will be Long Shot Mobilizer with Kirk Johnson. All set. And they're off. MC Jackhammer broke well from the center. Golden Wind hustling up the inside. Third on the outside is Core. Good position for Exceed on the inside from fourth. Mobilizer racing fifth, and the trailer is Forester Humor. It's a three-way speed battle. Golden Wind on the outside, MC Jackhammer in the center, and Core 3 deep. Exceed loving what he sees from fourth. It's 2.5 more lengths to Mobilizer, and still trailing on the inside is Forester Humor. 22-2 for the opening quarter. They start to separate as Golden Wind has opened up a length. Core ridden along from second. MC Jackhammer tired. Here comes Exceed angling off the inside under some encouragement. Forester Humor rallies up the inside. The new trailer is Mobilizer. Golden Wind going to try and give them the slip at the head of the lane. He's opened up 3 on a tired Core. Exceed needs to get going down the outside. It is Golden Wind and Alexis Sanchez. They're on top. Core tries to rebid. Exceed coming down the outside, but Golden Wind has the lead. Golden Wind is tired, but Golden Wind will hold on. Golden Wind leads by a length. Core was second, then Exceed and Forrester Humor, 104 and 3. Unofficial in race 5, the winner is number 1, Golden Wind. Second is the 5, Core. Third, number 2, Exceed. And fourth, number 6, Forrester Humor. Unofficial race 5 order, 1-5-2-6. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of today's 5th race, number 1, Golden Wind. Golden Wind is a 5-year-old dark bay or brown gelding by Super Speedy out of Cara 5, bred here in Ontario by Gail Wood. Ridden to victory today by Alexis Sanchez, Golden Wind is trained by Lauren Spada, who owns in partnership with Craig Spada. Third lifetime win for the speedy Golden Wind, who proves best on the front end to complete the 5.5 furlongs in a time of 104 and 3. Congratulations to the connections of Golden Wind. Hold all tickets until race 5 is made official. Race 5 is now official. Prices are up. Golden Wind returns $13 to win, $6.50 and $4.20. Second was the 5 Core, $4 to place, $2.50. Third, number 2 Exceed, $2.50 to show. $2 Exacta, $1.5, $75.60. The $1 Try, $1.52, $89.95. $1 Super, $1.526, $196, 5 cents. The $2 Double, 3-1, was $413.90. The Consolation Double with the late scratch number 3 was $24 even. $1 Pick 3, $382.55. We had a couple of claims out of race 5. Number 2 Exceed, claimed by Joy Elkins, moves to the barn of trainer Christina Roberts. Also claimed was the number 6 Forester Humor, claimed by Aaron Rickman, moves to the barn of trainer Joe Humber. Race 6, we have a late change not on screen. Take note that the number 4 Running Argument, Alexis Sanchez, is no longer an apprentice rider after that win in race 5. So there'll be no apprentice allowance for Running Argument. The weight will be corrected to 122 pounds. This is a late change that has just come in. No apprentice allowance for Alexis Sanchez. Running Argument, corrected weight 122 pounds. 15 minutes to post.
We round out another week of racing here on the grass at about 7 furlongs, an allowance event for the fillies and mares, non-winners of 3 lifetime. A nice big field and a really competitive event. I think we could see some prices here, especially in the exotics when you're looking at the exacta or the trifecta. And in terms of who I'll kick things off here, I'm going to start with the number 5, Kid Gizmo. This one for Roy Augustino. Certainly was ready to roll in that most recent outing here. It was on the turf course. It was at the distance over the firm going. I just loved the trip. I loved the ride from Juan Crawford. I thought it was really nice to have this horse sort of tactically placed close enough to it, made the one run, and finished well in front of the rest of the field, which includes several of the rivals once again today, Naughty and Nice, Holiday and Jail. And I think that trip could come out handy. I'm kind of looking at the other turf race today. That's kind of where I think you want to be in terms of how you're going to play it here on the grass. So the 5, Kid Gizmo, is the top pick. Others in here to consider, the number 6, Gambler's Pose. This one for Kenny L. Boo. Third last time out, and I actually thought it was an okay effort considering she really doesn't want to run on the dirt. Turf through and through, looking at those 2 wins. Just a horse that's shined here over the turf course, and I thought her last race last year, back in September, was a really nice performance. I think Leo Salas gets along with her very, very well. She got a big number for that race, a 60, and this is sort of the spot that she needs. I think when you look at it last time out, she was 3rd at the level, but big difference. It was 6.5 on the dirt, and that's kind of the tough thing here when the 7/8 races go to the main track, they don't go out to 2 turns. They go to 1 turn, and she just doesn't want any part of the surface, and she doesn't want 1 turn, in my opinion. I do know that she has a win at 5/8, but I think she's better going longer. So use her underneath, and then from here, wide open. The fresh face to the Ford is the 8, Moral Turpitude. This one for John Sims, Deborah Fletcher. First off the claim, they spent a pretty penny on her, $15,000 last time out, where she was just 4th best. She tried to rally from off of it. I thought it was an okay performance. My biggest concern with her is just her running style. She's going to roll from the back of the pack. She draws the outside in here, which I don't know how that'll work out for her, but you go back to the races 2 and 3 back. If she can fire a performance like that, she could be very tough. But with those races, they were on the Tapeta. One of them was rained off the turf course, 1 1/16. They went slow, and that enabled her to be closer to the pace. So very curious to see what the tactics will be with this mare. I would hate to see her at the back of the pack early, but maybe her class prevails. She was purchased, as I mentioned, for $15,000 last time out. But a really competitive betting event here. Great wagers to get involved in, including the exotics. And don't forget, as always, the jackpot high 5 to cap it off. Good luck.
Field is making their way on track for today's 6th and final race. Race 6 is an allowance race for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 races. Traveling a distance of about 7 furlongs over the turf course, competing for a purse of $24,600. Race 6 offers win, play, show, exactor, 20-cent try, 20-cent super, and 20-cent jackpot high 5 wagering. The carryover up over $27,000. Race 6 post parade. Number 1 is Super Honey Timber. Terry Husbands riding for trainer Mickey Neubauer and owner Charles Fipke. Number 2 is Holiday in Jail. Chris Husbands rides for trainer Joe Humber and owner Joy Elkins. Number 3, Princess Buchero. Edgar Zenteno has the call for trainer Barbara Bailey and owner Jennifer Gutierrez. Oh, wait, we'll skip the 4. Number 5 is Kid Gizmo, racing for Born to Run Racing Stable. Juan Crawford rides for trainer Roy Agostino. 6 is Gambler's Pose, Leo Salas riding for trainer Ken Albu and owner Six Brothers Stable. On screen now, number 4, Running Argument, Alexis Sanchez riding for trainer Steve Cathcart and owner Andrew Stronach. Now we'll look at number 7, Naughty and Nice, racing for John Brown. Kirk Johnson rides for trainer Julie Mathis. Completing the field, number 8, Moral Turpitude, Ishmael Mascara riding for trainer John Sims and owner Deborah Fletcher. 1 minute to post for race 6. We're on the turf for the nightcap. $27,000 jackpot high 5 carryover up for grabs. Starting gate crossing on to the turf course. Not much time left to get those race 6 wagers in. 8-5 favorite, the number 5, Kid Gizmo, looking for back-to-back wins over the Fort Erie turf. 3-1 support on the number 8, Moral Turpitude. $27,000 in the jackpot high 5. Be the only winning ticket to take home the whole jackpot. Field has made their way onto the turf course. Not much time left to get your race 6 wagers in. Race 6 field is behind the starting gate. It is now post time. Set to begin loading for the nightcap. First up will be Super Honey Timber and Terry Husbands. Holiday in Jail and Chris Husbands. Holiday in Jail almost in. Goes up. Princess Buchero and Edgar Zenteno. Running Argument and Alexis Sanchez making his first start as a journeyman. Kid Gizmo and Juan Crawford, co-favorite at 2-1. Gambler's Pose and Leo Salas. Steps up. Naughty and Nice with Kirk Johnson will come to gate 7. Goes in. Last up will be Moral Turpitude, the gray mare, with Ishmael Mascara. Moral Turpitude steps up. All set for the nightcap. And they're off. Naughty and Nice broke sharply. She's going straight to the lead. Running Argument also going to be forwardly positioned. Then we have Holiday in Jail racing along the inside with Princess Buchero. Kid Gizmo going to be parked 4 wide into the opening turn, as will the other favorite, Moral Turpitude. Super Honey Timber drops back early with Gambler's Pose. Moral Turpitude trails the field. It's Naughty and Nice leading the field by a length and a half as they turn into the backside. Running Argument is racing in second with a wide Kid Gizmo third. Good position in fourth along the inside for Holiday in Jail, racing a length and a half better than Princess Buchero. Then we have Gambler's Pose, Moral Turpitude, and Super Honey Timber. 24-3 for the opening quarter. It's Naughty and Nice leading the charge. Kid Gizmo puts the head in front into second past Running Argument. Holiday in Jail racing in fourth. Princess Buchero fifth in the two-path. Gambler's Pose going to try and advance up the inside. Moral Turpitude has been wide throughout. And Super Honey Timber trails the field. The half was 47-4. Naughty and Nice taking advantage of the favorite's poor racing luck. She's up by 2. Kid Gizmo asked for a little bit from second. These two have strung themselves out as Holiday in Jail is yet to launch a rally. On the inside, Gambler's Pose going to try and get going. Moral Turpitude has been wide throughout. They still have to catch Naughty and Nice. It's Naughty and Nice still on a 2-length lead. Kid Gizmo getting into gear now. Up the left, here comes Gambler's Pose late. Kid Gizmo getting to Naughty and Nice. It's Naughty and Nice and Kid Gizmo in a rematch. Naughty and Nice. Kid Gizmo gets up in time. Over comes the wide trip. It's Kid Gizmo on top. Naughty and Nice, Gambler's Pose, Holiday in Jail, Super Honey Timber, 126 flat. Unofficial in race 6, the winner is number 5, Kid Gizmo. Second is the 7, Naughty and Nice. Third, number 6, Gambler's Pose. Fourth, number 2, Holiday in Jail. Not sure who was fifth for the high 5, but your unofficial race 6 top 4 is 5, 7, 6, 2. Fifth for the high five was number 1, Super Honey Timber. Your unofficial race 6 order is 57621. Now returning to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of tonight's 6th race, number 5, Kid Gizmo. Kid Gizmo is a 4-year-old dark bear brown filly by Amy's Gizmo out of Kids Collection, bred here in Ontario by Tall Oaks Farm. Ridden to victory today by Juan Crawford. Roy Augustino trains for Born to Run Racing Stable. That's back-to-back wins for Kid Gizmo. 3rd lifetime win in 14 career starts. Overcomes a wide trip to pick up Naughty and Nice at the wire. Kid Gizmo completes this about 7 furlongs in a time of 1:26 flat. Congratulations to the connections of Kid Gizmo. Race 6 is now official. Prices to be posted shortly. Prices are up. Kids Gizmo returns $480 to win, $260 and $220. Second was the 7, Naughty and Nice, $380 to place, $310. Third, number 6, Gambler's Pose, $450 to show. $2 exacta, 5-7, $13.10. The $1 try, 5-7-6, $32.50. $1 super, 5-7-6-2, $112, 5 cents. $1 high five, 5-7-6-2-1, $401, 20 cents. The carryover into Sunday's card will be $30,906.09. $2 double, 1-5, $57.20. $1 pick 3, $406.45. $1 late pick 4, $942.75. And the $1 pick 5 returns $6,090.40. On screen now, the show photo from race 6. Jackpot high five carryover continues to grow. Sunday's carryover will be $30,906. Visit our website, FortErieRacing.com, for information about everything going on here at the track. Tune into the pre-race show to get info about the track conditions, scratches and changes, handicapping analysis, and info about upcoming races and events. Racing is back next week at Fort Erie. We have our special Sunday Fort Foodie Fest. Post time will be 12:15. Then Monday, we'll race at the standard 4:30. And as a reminder, there will be no Tuesday racing next week. Next week's races will just be Sunday and Monday. Also take note that Civic Holiday, August 4th, has a special post time of 12:15. And a reminder, if you're sticking around for the concert tonight, the Motley Crue band is no longer Motley Crue. They will now be performing a Guns N' Roses tribute, Dust as Dust and Bones. Fort Foodie Fest coming up this Sunday, July 27th. Don't miss out on the delicious action. It kicks off at noon. Basset Hound and Corgi races return to the Border Oval Sunday, August 17th. I want to say thank you to our partners at Oneida, New Holland of Niagara for providing us with a new tractor for maintenance this season. Tune into Your TV Niagara for the Fort Erie Race Replay Show, Channel 700, Thursdays at 10:30 and Saturdays at 10. And that concludes the racing week here at Fort Erie Racetrack. We want to thank everybody for joining us today. If you're on track, stick around for Dust and Bones, the Guns N' Roses tribute, taking stage at the Tiki Bar. Be sure to come out on Sunday for Fort Foodie Fest. Sure to be a fantastic day of racing and food trucks. From all of us here at Fort Erie Racetrack, thank you very much. We'll see you on Sunday.